I'm Alec Rattery. Welcome back to The Buzz, a collaboration between the Morris Newsbeat and Morristown High School Broadcasting. I'm here with Sal DiMaggio, and we're here to talk to you about youth voting participation and the No Kings protest.
The No Kings protest happened a couple weeks ago in Morristown at Town Hall. This was the third No Kings protest that Morristown has seen. There were two previously in 2025, which saw thousands of people turn out, including many, many young people. The events featured speakers from high schools, including Morristown High School. At the most recent one, Ayanya Sharma, a Madison High School student, and Miles Gorman, a 18-year-old Morristown High School graduate, organized a protest of their own a couple months ago as well.
Can you tell us any more about how the protests are sort of changing the political scene as we know it?
They're bringing more awareness to issues to people in the area, and especially younger people. From my experience covering these events, each time I go to another protest in Morristown, I see more and more young people, teenagers, people in their 20s, coming up and showing their voices at these events.
Now, at the time of filming, it's April 16th, and there's currently a special election going on for current governor and former representative Mikey Sherrill's seat in the NJ11 Congressional District. Is there anything you can tell us about that? It's
been a very public race, as the House balance is something that people across the nation are keeping their eyes on. We'll know the results by the time this is posted, and there's a bunch of other special elections happening this year as well, which will determine how things shake out in Congress.
Is there anything you can tell us about the candidates on the ballot?
On the Republican side, we have Randolph Mayor Joe Hathaway. He's been a very typical conservative, pro-MAGA, pro-Israel. On the Democratic side, we have Anna Mejia. She used to work for Bernie Sanders' campaign and is a progressive. She has been outspoken on immigration, pro-Palestine, and a variety of other issues.
Now, obviously, the seat that's won in this election will only be held for about 5 months, but there are obviously large privileges that are granted with already holding office as an incumbent. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not the candidate who wins today will be able to win in November again.
Absolutely, and candidates have already filed for the June primary for the congressional seat. So once we have this election in April for the seat filling the vacancy, in a few months we're going to have the primary election to see who's on the ballot in November. And as a matter of fact, former Morristown Mayor Donald Cristiello is running as well.
Interesting. Now, with the No Kings protest, we obviously see that there is some sort of youth outreach, but what can you tell us about sort of the numbers behind whether or not youth voters are voting as much as their older counterparts?
Youth voters are on the rise. This has been a continuous trend since the 2010s, and different organizations on both sides of the aisle are really trying to do outreach, especially via social media, to this demographic.
Are there any other No Kings protests planned in the near future?
As of right now, no, but local organizations such as the League of Women Voters and others are always working to raise activism.
Thanks for the update, Sal. That was this week's Buzz, but we'll be back next week for more stories.
Voters can find out more information about local and national politics at morrisnewsbeat.com.